Hi, just a little video here to help walk you through the MinnesotaStateAssessments.org website. First of all, you're going to need this website, Minnesota MNStateAssessments.org. You type that in there, then you might want to bookmark that. Once you get there, this is what the page will look like. If you click on Teacher Test Monitor, it'll take you into the reporting site here. A lot of different options here, but in order to see the MCA results, you're going to click on Online Reporting System. From there, you're going to have to log in using your email address and password. If you can't remember your password that you already created, you can go through the request password, and it'll get you set up. So as long as you have an account already, you should be able to get logged in. Now what you're going to want to do is change the test to MCA. When we took our online practice assessment for math, that would be the OLPA, and so when I click in there, I'll be able to make sure my school is selected, and I'll be able to see my scores and things from below. So I actually kind of have access to see all the grades, so that way I can give everyone else access, so I have access to see everyone's here. But you notice that right now just math is showing up, not reading. So then if I change this to MCA, this would be our actual real test rather than the practice test. Again, make sure that you have the middle school chosen. Right now I would be able to see data just like on the online practice assessment. But obviously the data is not showing up, so that just means that the testing data is not available at this time. As soon as the results are there, the data can be found here. Now, about managing your rosters, if you wanted to create your own rosters, you would click on Manage Rosters, and then you would choose Add New Rosters. So you can see here that I made a roster for my community group, my core 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then this would be like all of 7th graders just in one roster. So for starters, you have access to all of your grade level. So if you didn't want to make your own specific roster, and if you want to go through this process, you can see all of your own grade level. But if you wanted to create a roster for just your class, you can see them a little bit faster. Like what I did here is I chose 7th grade. And then from here, you can go in and choose the students in your classes. You're actually going to have to go through this list and select them. Now, if you press and hold the control button and then left click, you can select multiple students. And then you can click move in, and those students will move into your roster, and then they'll be actually removed from this roster, so you won't have to worry about keeping track. So if you wanted to do one at a time, you find one, you move it over, it's not going to like show up in both places. Once you move them over, they'll be over there. Then you're going to want to give your roster a name. So I could say like this is my example roster, and then just hit save. And then once you are back into the manage rosters area, you would be able to look at your different rosters. So if you had a new kid come in, you could go back to your core 1, and you could add a new student by clicking on your grade level and just going to find that new student and moving that new student in. Now, after you make your roster, all that's going to happen is you'll be able to see those different rosters show up. So I'll show you my results from last year, so that way you can kind of see what that looks like. So here it's showing, so your scores will eventually show reading, math, and science. And then if I click into my math results for 7th grade, you notice here it's going to actually show my different cores. So core 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it actually show you some of the breakdown if you make separate rosters. So for each separate roster that you do make, it will show you the results. It'll kind of break them down for you. And then of course you can click inside here and see them sorted by that core in alphabetical order and whatnot. So anyways, this is just a little video here. If you don't have access, or when you go into your manage rosters, if you don't see any students, let either Jeremy Bombeck or myself know, and we can get you set up. Thanks.